It's time for another crazy episode of Wham Baam Securitycam, featuring everything from disturbing trespassers and criminals to heroes and cute animals. Anna left her Tesla Model Y parked in a church parking lot while she and others went to set up their vacation Bible school event. She left for just a moment when the wind whipped up and carried away 2 canopies set up in the parking lot, sending one of them straight at her Tesla. Thankfully, Anna's friend David ran to her Model Y's rescue. Phew! He successfully saved the Tesla and another parked vehicle from the chaotic canopy, which could have covered the cars in cuts. Anna said that she gave David a big hug for saving her Tesla from any damage. What a nice story. Sadly, our next submitter didn't fare so well. This submitter was at his child's soccer game when a FedEx driver pulled into his driveway to deliver a package. Uh-oh. We've seen enough videos on this channel to know that if there's a delivery driver involved, things aren't going to go well. Sure enough, watch what happened when the driver jumped out of the delivery van. He must have forgotten to put the van in park because it rolled forward, only stopping after running into our submitter's garage door. The driver didn't notice what was happening until it was too late for him to do anything. He ran back, visibly horrified at what had occurred. Then, instead of sticking around, he jumped back in the van and took off. Thankfully, our submitter had this footage proving what had happened and contacted FedEx as soon as he uncovered the truth. He told us that FedEx said they'd pay for the repairs, until they found out that fixing the garage door would cost $4,200. According to our submitter, that price was a bit more than they typically get approved for payment. FedEx was supposed to send someone to examine the damage, but so far nobody has been by, and our submitter is now having difficulty reaching anyone at FedEx. He doesn't think he should have to pay for the damage out of his own pocket or use his homeowner's insurance. What do you think? Should he just drop it, or should he stick to his guns? He hopes by sharing his story on Wham Baam Securitycam, maybe his case will get escalated and FedEx will finally fix the damage. We'll let you know if we hear any updates. Gabriel sent us this weird story. The audio is the biggest clue as to what's going on, so we'll cut the music so you can pay close attention. Can you tell what just happened? Here's the same incident captured from a different angle to help you out. You're not mistaken, that is a BB gun being fired from that red pickup as it drives past a restaurant. Thankfully, nobody was seriously injured, and the BBs that hit one restaurant patron's coat didn't even make it through. Police were notified. According to our submitter, these 2 drive-bys weren't the only incidents reported. He thinks the person responsible might have been dared to do this since it was homecoming weekend. Whatever the reason, we hope they're stopped and taught a lesson about how dangerous this is. This video from Surf Dad is from the Sentry mode of his Tesla Model X, but it was too crazy not to show you on Wham Baam Securitycam. A Nissan went on a little adventure right into Surf Dad's fence. Somehow the driver managed to leave the scene with fence pickets sticking out of the front of their SUV, leaking coolant as they drove off. Thanks to Surf Dad's Sentry Mode footage and a neighbor who noted part of the license plate number, the police were able to identify the vehicle. They later found it abandoned on the side of the road with the engine seized and pickets still sticking out of it. When the police visited the owner's house, her boyfriend admitted to the whole thing. He told them he didn't have his glasses on while driving, but that doesn't explain why he was driving in the first place considering his license was suspended. He was promptly arrested for that as well as for the hit and run. The story doesn't end there. Another neighbor contacted Surf Dad later to tell him that he had footage of the same Nissan stopping at a problem house in the neighborhood before his trip into the fence. Draw your own conclusions, but something tells me not wearing his glasses wasn't the only issue he was having while driving. Here's someone else going on an adventure where they shouldn't. Some shirtless guy trespassed through Jonathan's yard while his parents and younger brothers were working outside. He continued through the backyard, walking nonchalantly past Jonathan's mother, who was on the phone at the time. She just stared at him blankly, too dumbfounded to do anything else. We don't blame her for her confused reaction. The guy went through the back gate and continued to wherever he was headed. Jonathan and his wife weren't home when this happened, but he's glad his parents were. He's also glad the back gate was open. After what he did to the bushes and flowers, who knows what the guy would have done to get through the gate? Okay, I think it's time for some cute cam. William told us he saw this large cat. Wait a second, that's not a cat! William saw what he thought was a large cat a few times before capturing it on his security cam. That's when he was able to identify it as a groundhog. William decided not to make a police report about the damaged grass, and eventually the perpetrator left the scene. What a little rascal! Did you notice anything else in this video? Nice Starlink, William! See that, Elon? Now we're giving free advertising to Starlink too! This next video might be even cuter than the last one. This submitter said some bags containing water bottles were left outside during the chaos of their move-in. A mama bear and her cubs decided to sniff around and see if there was any food to be had. They didn't find anything before deciding to leave the patio undamaged. This submitter is actually one of our Patreon supporters. We appreciate their support as well as this adorable submission. I can just hear this baby bear saying, "Hey guys, wait for me!" A guy with a bicycle paid a visit to Sarah's porch. As he approached her front door, he ducked down as if he was trying to sneak past the doorbell camera. Sorry, buddy, the camera view is way wider than you thought. It looks like he knocked on the door before waiting to see if someone would answer. When nobody did, he decided to leave, but not without a package that had been waiting on the porch. The porch pirate made his getaway on his bike. I guess that's the price you pay if you don't answer the door for this guy. Even knowing that, you couldn't pay me to open the door for this stranger. Sarah said her son Jackson told her to send us this video. Thanks, Jackson. Sorry about your package. Braden's mother's car was parked on the street. Watch what happened when a neighbor's friend backed up to leave. Do you think the driver stuck around or did they flee the scene? Place your bets. If you guess the driver left, you're right, and right in front of another neighbor who witnessed the whole thing. Thankfully, the hit-and-runner called the police about 2 hours later and confessed to the collision. Braden told us going through insurance to fix the scratches and dents left behind has been a smooth process. He also told us the impact was hard enough to knock the air fresheners out of the air vents. Ouch! Bruce discovered the glass of his patio table was shattered one morning and checked his cameras to see what had happened. Yep, that'll do it. I guess if the wind demon can't knock a tent into a Tesla, destroying a patio table will suffice as a consolation prize.
Wham Bam, we got a Patreon man. Please support the show.
Do you have a security cam video to share with us? Send it in using the link in the description.